Hi ladies, I just want to come on today and show you one of the babies that I just finished. Um, this is the Joseph Newborn Asleep Sculpt from Bountiful Baby. And like I had mentioned before, I made this baby for a dear friend of mine. And she's going to have the baby be a cuddle baby with a soft cloth body. So I just um, painted her head, and she wanted a birthmark or stork bite above her eye, as you can see. And she has a soft, like a strawberry and cream um, skin tone, very pinky looking. And I'll just show you her. She came out really sweet, and she is bald. So I just want to show you her today real quick and show her mommy a good video of her. And for once, the lighting is cooperating with me. I think she's coming up pretty good and pretty true to color on this video. And like I said, she is, here's my hand so you can kind of see the coloring. And like I said, she doesn't have, she's bald, so I guess there's really no need to show you the top of her head. But she does have modeling, you know, like very light modeling and a pretty pink skin tone. And she's got the capillaries on her eyelids, as you can see, and little rosy cheeks. I just wanted to show you her today. I think how sweet she looks from a distance. She's really sweet, baby. It's really pretty sculpt. But also, I wanted to show y'all, for some of the artists, they had mentioned they might want to see this technique. And I learned it like word of mouth through the grapevine, but the source was Dolls by Sandy. She came up with this technique to make the limbs on your dolls more posable, and you don't have to use rings. I normally sometimes use rings, but instead of, because rings, sometimes when you use rings on the limbs and the head, they're not always that secure. I mean, they can pop off with the rings sometimes. So this technique is a little better, and I use this technique for when the babies, especially the babies that I sell. And what you do, I'm going to show you the stuff that you need. You need this glue, and it is, you have to have this certain type of glue. It's Gorilla Super Glue Gel, and it's very important that you get the kind that says gel, because I don't believe the other kind of super glues will work, because the certain technique that you have to use, the gel is clingy, you know, and if it was the other kind of super glue, it would just run off. So it has to be the gel kind. So that's what I got, and it's like $5 a bottle at Walmart. So what you do is you take your limbs, and you can also use this on the neck flange. And this part here is called a flange. And what you do, I'm not going to actually do it, but I'm just going to show you. So here's the limb. And this type of glue, it says it on the directions, but you have to shake it very hard before you do it, because it actually is mixing it up. And if you don't shake it real hard, it won't mix properly, and then it won't, you know, it won't adhere. So just pretend like, here's the glue again if you want to take another look. So what you do is you shake it really hard, and here is the flange. See the part that goes in, not the part that sticks out, but the recessed part down here. You would take it and you squeeze it on there slowly. And you kind of do have to, well, I say slowly, but you kind of have to work. When I'm saying slowly, so you won't get it up on the actual part of the arm and body that you can see. So just, I say slowly, but maybe carefully is the word, because you do have to work sort of fast, because it's super glue and it will glue. I mean, it will glue it here. So you squeeze it out inside on the recessed part. This is the part where the zip tie will go. And I believe this, I don't think this works with the strings. I don't think it does, because it has to have a place to glide against. So it works with zip ties. So anyway, you squeeze this out onto the recessed part in here. Squeeze it all around, and then once you do that, and get a fairly thick layer, but not super thick, you know, like medium, I guess. Then after you squeeze it all around on inside there, you take a Q-tip and you just flatten it out so it's, not bumpy, and you just flatten it out so it's smooth all the way around. You flatten it out and you can, take off the excess. And you have to do it fairly quickly because it is super glue dry. So then after you do that, you just set, the limbs and the head aside, and you just let it dry. It's suggested to dry for 24 hours, but sometimes I haven't dried it that long. And then you just proceed and you put on the, and this is usually used for the full limbs babies, because the other ones usually have joints, so it's just used for the full limbs. But then after that, you let it dry for about 24 hours or so, and then you just proceed and put on the limbs like you normally would, and you put a zip tie, in the body, and then put the limbs on there and tighten it. And then you can tighten it, and you can kind of, as you do it, tighten it, just see how tight you want it, and kind of move the arm, and the arm will glide. That's what I'm saying. It'll glide so it makes them very posable. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that and how to do that technique. And if you have any more questions about that technique, I'd be happy to answer. It's pretty easy and it does work. But it has to be that specific glue, or it has to be the gel, because if you use any other kind that's not gel, it will just, run right off the limbs, and it'll be a huge mess. And then you're going to have that all over your limbs, and it's not going to adhere enough so that you can spread it real quick with the Q-tip. And I just want to show you this pretty girl. She's going home to her mama tomorrow. So I want to show you what I was working on, and I'm pretty much finished up the other sail baby. She's Elizabeth sculpt from Bound for Baby, or could be a boy. And anyway, I will be probably in the next video, I'll be showing you details video of her, and that she is for sale. So if you want to adopt her, not this baby, but the other one I'm going to show you. So I will talk to you soon, ladies. Appreciate each and every one of you. Stay safe and stay blessed, and I will be back soon. Talk to you soon.